like KB. Every night they, but please don't call them shady. I got too much on her face, so please don't try to me. I got too much on her face, so please don't try to me. I gotta for the look, already got good. I got a team full of, you really gotta look crazy. I put in a cup, yeah, but that's my baby. I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I gotta me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. I might go MIA. MIA. I might go MIA.
I beg man, shut up. Let me see.
And welcome to Houston, Texas, home of the fourth biggest population in the United States. I'm Ed Cohen with the man of the people. He is Jay Williams.
All right, Ed, I see you. New York, L.A., Chicago, Houston right there. I'll tell you what else is big. Rocket Nation, and they're ready to rumble.
Taking over the globe and maybe taking over this game tonight. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Murray into the front court. They trail by 2. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Harden shakes free and hits.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Murray into the front court. Down 3 to Rudy Gay. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. After the tie-up, they're in position for the jump ball. From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook. Harden. Not easy.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
San Antonio with the basketball to DeRozan. DeJounte Murray against Westbrook. Harden. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs. Oh, big finish at the rim.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Westbrook. Cleaning the offensive glass to Westbrook. Nice pass to get things going. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
DeRozan, defended by Eric Gordon. And a throwdown.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
Clint Capella, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. Fires the 3, knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Capella. Throws it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Lets it fly from long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Austin Rivers. To Gerald Green. Clint Capella. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Turns and slams it down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Rivers. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Tucker. To Rivers. For 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Rivers. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Bellinelli. Capella's on him. To Patty Mills. And a nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
So the Rockets with the lead after 1 at Toyota Center. Jay and I return to Houston after this. It's the NBA, and it's on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
Down the lane to lay it in.
I can see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Spurs in possession to Aldridge. Probing the defense. Patty Mills against Tucker. And he stuffs it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
James Harden. 3 for 6 now. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Oh, emphatic slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
Down again. Rudy Gay slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Harden with the basketball. Down 2. From the painted area, won't go down. San Antonio ball. Down again. Deep right corner. Surveys the floor. Great dish to set it up. And finishes strong.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Gordon with it. Down 4. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense. DeRozan with it. He'll run the offense. To Aldridge. DeRozan against the former MVP. To Murray. Fires the 3, count the triple.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
To Westbrook. Doesn't get the bounce. Capella to P.J. Tucker. Now pass stolen by the Spurs.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
DeMar DeRozan. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
To Aldridge. DeRozan. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Clint Capella, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 48% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To DeRozan. Harden. Passed it off. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
The assist from number 13, James Harden.
Murray with it. It's a 9-point lead. Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's 2 for 2 now.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Spurs have it. DeRozan off the mark. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Spurs way out in front. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Westbrook gets it in the right corner. Harden, textbook defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
DeJounte Murray curling inside, straight on look. Aldridge can't connect. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Cleans it up. Clint Capella. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. To Capella. Picked up by the Spurs.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for. To Westbrook. Harden. Rudy Gay able to recover with the block. Tucker goes to the right side. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Murray with the basketball. They lead it by 14. Knocks it down off the step back.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Eric Gordon. New blood coming in for both sides. DeJounte Murray matched up with Harden. Aldridge. To Murray. Aldridge. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. It's a big finish.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
DeRozan with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. Short jumper off the mark. The follow won't go either. Capella to Harden. whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Clint Capella has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
Number 14, Gerald Green.
Jakob Poeltl matched up with Capella. From long range. Well defended.
This always happens. You knock down a lot of shots in the first half, and in the second half, you start to lose your rhythm. You need to have the legs. Shoot at the pinnacle of that jumper.
Bellinelli picked up by Westbrook.
Got him. Good trap.
Clint Capella, huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Trying to cash in. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Derek White matched up with Harden. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Short jumper won't fall. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, all Spurs so far. It's the Spurs with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. Fires the 3. No good. To Harden. Sizing up the defense. Harden, not that time. He misses. Mills in possession. His guys leading by 14. 4-3. Well defended. Tough shot for Patty Mills.
In the first half, you were hot. I get that. Now, since you're not, it's time to start squaring those shoulders and getting those feet in the right position to actually align yourself to make the shot.
Here I come. Here I come.
James Harden. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Capella. Gets to the basket and scores.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Shot. Yep. Double.
To Patty Mills. Over to the right side.
Double. Got him. Trap. Got him.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
It's in the hands of Harden.
Screen right.
To Fareed. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken in by Shumpert. To Harden. Has a chance. And he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. DeRozan with it. His team leads it by 10. And finishes strong.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Harden. Taken by Aldridge.
Self-check.
Rudy Gay against Gordon. To Murray. Has a look. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Capella. Westbrook. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the sack. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Nah, playing no games with